Hi, this is a quick video to show staff how to set up Meet for use with students and how to then use it once you've set it up. The best way to do this is to set up Meet via Google Classroom. If you set it up via Classroom, it automatically deals with the thing that means if you're the last to leave, they then can't get back into it again and use it as a general chat. So first thing you need is you need the students you want the session to be with in a Google Classroom. So you can see I've got a classroom set up here. In the usual way, you can just give out the class code to students and ask them to join, or you can go to the people section and you can invite them. So let me invite one of my test pupils, for example, to this session and invite them. Next time they go to Classroom, they'll see that invitation and they'll be asked to join. Once you've done that, you need to go into Classroom. If you go to the classwork section, you'll see there's a Meet link here. When you first click on that, it will give you the opportunity to add Meet to this class. You want to make that link visible you want to generate that Meet link, which will take a few seconds. Then you want to leave it visible to students so they can click on it. And then you can copy that link there and you can share that link with students any way you like, in email, in EduLink 1, whatever seems like the best idea to you, probably multiple routes. And they'll then be able to join this Meet by clicking on that link, or they'll be able to go into Classroom and click on the link from there. It will always be there for them. So once you've done that, you've shared that with students, tell them when you're going to want the Meet to take place. And when the time comes, about 10 minutes before, certainly more than 5 minutes, you need to go to the Meet. So you can do that by going to the link that you've sent out, or you can click this within Classroom and you'll see that's opened Meet in a new window. So obviously you get to see yourself there. We're getting kind of video of myself section here. Check that your background's appropriate. There's nothing there you don't want students to see, and then you can do join to join that meeting. Once you're in, you shouldn't need this panel of information because they've already got the link. From about 5 minutes before the meeting, students should be allowed to join. We'll encourage them to get there about 5 minutes beforehand just to iron out any technical issues. If they are one of the students that's properly logged into our domain and they're logging in with that link on their laptop that's logged in to their school account, or if they've got the school account on their phone, they'll just come straight in. If they are accidentally logged in with their personal account, you will get a pop-up when they try to join. So if they've joined without being on their school account, you will get a pop-up message like this saying, do they want to join? Use your common sense. If their name's obviously correct, and when you admit them, they pop up in their window showing as who you expect them to be. You can hear them, they are them, and that's absolutely fine. You're recording the meeting. If they pop up without any video or you don't recognize who they are, obviously you can just kick them out. Bring up the list here of people that are in the meeting. If somebody you don't recognize, you just click that button there and that will kick them out. The other thing you can do here is, I've had to mute that one because otherwise you'd be getting feedback, but you can click this button to mute someone. But it is generally, I think, good practice in online meetings that people mute themselves and unmute if they want to ask a question. I think we should be training students to do that. Tell them all to mute themselves, tell them to unmute themselves if they want to ask a question. They do have to unmute themselves. You can't unmute them, and that's a privacy thing. If there was something going on in the background they wouldn't want the rest of the group to hear, obviously it would be inappropriate if you could unmute them. So you can mute and unmute yourself using this button at the bottom, and they will get the same. On a phone, they might have to touch the screen before that option will appear. The other thing you can get here under more options is change layout, and you can go from a view that only shows the speaker, one that shows everybody, one that shows the speaker and a small selection of other people on the right hand side. So probably you will want a tiled view so you can see all your students at the same time. Obviously, I've only got one person on this meeting, you're just seeing them. Students are going to get a short video like this showing them how to log in too. During the meeting, of course, you can talk, you can be seen by the students, you can be heard by them, and you can see and hear them. It's also possible for you to present something to the students so they will all see it on screen. And you do that by going down to the bottom and you click this Present Now button. You'll then get a choice to present your whole screen, a window, or a Chrome tab. And if you want to show them video or something else that's moving, it is that Chrome tab you want to select because that is optimized for best performance. So if I pick Chrome tab and I say, oh, I want to show them this tab here and share that, my screen will flick over to what I'm sharing with them. They'll be able to see that. When I've finished showing them that, I can click that stop button and they will go back to being able to see my face again. To go back to seeing Meet, I'll need to click back on that tab. If you have got the facility to plug in a second screen, of course you can show on the one screen all the students while you present from the other, and that's obviously very useful. When the meeting's over, encourage the students to leave by closing down their devices or by pressing this hang up the telephone icon. Okay, it is important that you get them to leave until you are the only one who's left on the call. As you can see now that I am, there's only one. If I click on the list, there's only me. At the point you then leave the call, nobody else can get into it again until a staff member rejoins that meet, so they can't use it as a free-for-all. That meet link that you generated is then permanent, so the same meet link will work next time, so you can re-email it out or re-put it in EduLink if you want. If you need to copy it again, you can go into the stream here on Google Classroom, and there's the link. You can right click that, do copy link address, and that gives you a link that you can paste in wherever you want to put it. So obviously I'm putting it in there, but you can put it into a message that you're sending out or whatever. So hopefully that's given you a quick guide to how to use Google Meet with groups of students via Classroom.